Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a locomotive, able to leap tall buildings in a single bound. Look up high towards the rooftop. It's a bird, it's a plane. No, it's Dr. Harrison. Yes, Dr. Malou C. Harrison, president of the North Campus, placing students first and leading the North Campus to great heights. Welcome to Convocation 2019, where not all heroes wear a cape.
Thank you. Thank you. What a warm welcome, and truly, truly very humbling to be introduced in that manner. Thank you so much. And you know that I love each and every one of you, but truly from the bottom of my heart. And I, this morning, want to let you know that we are going to have another inspiring day together here at our North Campus opening convocation. So thank you for being here, and welcome to each and every one of you, my faculty, staff, and administrator colleagues. It's so wonderful to see all of you here this morning. I also want to pay a special welcome to two esteemed colleagues, two individuals who have truly been partners with us here at the North Campus and actually at the college in advancing human rights education. And they're here today to join us in this awe-inspiring event. And they're none other than Ms. Deborah Sasha and Ms. Elizabeth Sanchez-Vegas of the International Solidarity for the Human Rights. Thank you for your friendship, your partnership, and for advancing student learning and action to support human rights. On a more solemn note, as you will recall, we lost two dear colleagues this year who suddenly passed away. And they are Mr. Baha Murad, our lab manager in the math department, Mr. Casey Thomas, a member of our moving crew in campus services, and also Professor Maria Mari of the Kendall campus, who served for many, many years at our North Campus in our accounting studies program, School of Business. I'd like to have a moment of silence honoring their service to Miami-Dade College, their collegiality, and just for the wonderful human beings each of those three dear colleagues were. Thank you, and may they rest in peace. Today, as I said, we have a very inspiring convocation planned for you, and many thanks go out to our convocation committee co-chairs, Ms. Catherine Hannah-Zank, I see you right back there, Mr. Jose Gondar, co-chair. Hello, Jose, back there in the booth. And to the entire convocation committee for putting on what promises to be a very spectacular morning. When I walked in, I thought I was in a club, right? And full disclosure, I haven't been to a club in about 2 decades, right? But it was a really nice feeling, and what was, for me, most inspiring was the engagement and the energy that I felt as I walked into the room. As a matter of fact, I just stopped in my tracks back there and took it all in. So wonderful way to welcome in the academic year, full of energy, full of promise, and full of the collaboration that will move our institution forward, and more importantly, advance student success. So this morning I'm going to be very brief, but I did want to share a few highlights with you. On the national level, Miami-Dade College continues to actively advocate for the proper immigration reform that will really honor our immigrant population, our new Americans, and move our country forward in a very progressive manner as it relates to immigration reform. That would allow for DACA students, that's Deferred Action for Childhood Arrivals, and also for undocumented individuals to be given the support and consideration and really talking about human rights, the rights that they so richly deserve. And so, yes, we can applaud for that. Thank you. And so our college is at the forefront of that advocacy. Because of and today's theme is all about the heroes of the North Campus, right? And it says that we don't wear a cape, but we're all heroes in our own right. And I truly believe that. And so because of faculty heroes, Professor Samantha Carlo and Dr. Minka Brantley Davis, the college has signed on to national advocacy that would bring Pell eligibility, Pell Grant eligibility to incarcerated individuals. And I hope you know of the high impact work of these two professors in leading the advancement of person higher education through ASUBA. We've heard a lot about ASUBA here through their Inside Out President's Innovation Fund program, many speaking engagements that these two faculty heroes have engaged in, and also considerable grant development. So many thanks to both professors for leading us in the advocacy for the incarcerated, and particularly in the area of person higher education. At the state level, funding will be top priority this year again. And last year, what happened is that we lost a very important segment of our funding, and that relates to what we call formula maintenance. And because the North Campus, and really the entire college, but North Campus in particular, is the oldest campus with the oldest buildings, with elevators that are old and sometimes break down, right? Just sometimes? Okay. Electrical, roofing, plumbing issues, maintenance dollars are critical. So to have lost that is a huge concern to Miami-Dade College. And next legislative season that actually begins in September, that's one of the points of advocacy that we will be pursuing. You'll be hearing more about the legislative priorities, and do consider, again, volunteering to become part of that advocacy initiative that the college undertakes every year. On another note, we're very thrilled that Miami-Dade College at the North and Kendall campuses have been designated as early voting sites. Yes. So listen to this. It has gotten a lot better. You know that we were an early voting site for the midterm elections last year. But for the 2020 election cycle, North and Kendall will be sites for the presidential preference primary. And is Dr. Lenigan here? Professor Tapia, are you here? You're going to have to explain that to me later on, because I've never voted in the presidential preference primary. I honestly don't know what that is, but we are going to be a site for that. We're also going to be a site for the primary election in August and also the general election in November of 2020. So this is a great, great accomplishment for us. At the institution, there are two campaigns that we ask you to volunteer and consider joining in, and one is the United Way campaign. And I want to thank all of you who year after year give, and give generously, to this cause of supporting the underserved in our community. That campaign is coming up again this year, and I ask you to please consider giving again. We also have on September 6th our IMMDC Day, and this is the 4th annual, and as you know, all proceeds go toward student scholarships. So please consider giving in that regard. Are our MDC Foundation friends here today? No? Okay. Yes. Okay. I thought so. Welcome and thank you for being here. And let me just say that for the United Way and also for MDC, IMMDC Day, I usually give my contribution online and through payroll deduction. And it's been the easiest thing for me to do for the past 29 years. And so I encourage you to do that as well. As I say that, let me also welcome Ms. Sylvia Willen, our human resources partner here today with us. Sylvia, thank you for joining us. So as we forge ahead and continue to place students first, that's our motto. We believe in it, we live it, and we project that in everything that we do at the North Campus. Let's focus our attention to some of the work, the spectacular work that we've done together this past year. And Media Services has compiled a phenomenal video compiling all of our efforts. And so please play that video. Now, wasn't that something? Truly, truly a diversity of offerings that take place here for the cause of our students. Thank you to each and every one of you for everything that you do. And we saw highlights in the video. I can assure you that video was about 2 hours long, and it had to be edited so that we could get through the highlights today. Thank you, Media Services. Phenomenal, phenomenal work in compiling that. So I want to speak now about our bread and butter, right? And that is the topic of enrollment. And let's take a look at some data for a minute. And what you'll see here is our 3-year credit enrollment data. In the 2016-17 year, we had 263,000 plus credits enrolled here. In 2017-18, we grew a little bit to 268,800 plus credits. And in 2018-19, last year, and the data is not final yet, we declined considerably, right? And that is a great concern, that our enrollment is declining as it is. Complementary, let's look at the table below our retention. And what you see there is pretty much fall 15 to fall 16, we were at 58.4%. We grew a bit, which actually aligns with the enrollment, credit enrollment. We grew to 66.1%, but then we dropped again considerably in line with our enrollment to 58.1%. And so what's happening to our enrollment? Why are we losing our students? Question, one person. What are some of the factors you think are associated with our enrollment decline? Pardon me? The economy definitely is one thing. I think very, very significantly. The economy, the ability for our students to get ready employment. Our students can get 1 job, 2 jobs, multiple jobs. And guess what? We all know that putting food on the table is really the basic staff of life, right? And we expect that our students will want to do that. But one message that we can deliver to our students is, yes, you must go out to work. Yes, you must take advantage of this uptick in the economy, but don't stop out. At the very least, you can, diminish the number of credits that you're enrolled for, but do not stop out. And our reason for, urging our students and mentoring our students in this direction is, as you know, once somebody stops out, it's very difficult to come back. And so we all together really need to put our heads together, our hearts together, and put into action some strategies to make sure that our students are continuing to persist. Because behind every single data point is a human being, is a student. And that's what we care deeply about, our students and their success. So this year, this will be another year of priority and priorities focused on enrollment and making sure that we're able to help our students persist and that we engage in activities to bring additional students to the campus. The third table there shows our dual enrollment activity. And on that note, North Campus actually, you can see the trends there. Last year, we enrolled 2,651 middle and high school students who were able to earn college credit through the North Campus. And that's truly a remarkable number of students that we're providing this opportunity of acceleration of college credits and college attainment to. A point of pride is that North Campus has the highest dual enrollment of any campus of Miami-Dade College, and North Campus, hold on, North Campus has the highest dual enrollment of any college or university in the state of Florida. So we're doing extremely well. So again, enrollment management, everybody's business, and we need to work together to change the direction that this data is taking so that we are moving forward and not backward. And so together, again, our student services from the many departments have been working over the summer on enrollment management, on making sure that our students are matriculated in time for the fall term. Many of those colleagues are not in the room, but if you're in the room, would my student services colleagues please stand for a round of applause? And you all know that I'm just a little bit biased, right? Because I come from student services. And so that is truly in my heart and always will be. Full disclosure. So I also want to mention our change-making committee led by Dr. Rodriguez-Deemer and Evelyn Rodriguez. This year, along with a very active change-making committee at the North Campus, again, engaged all of us. I know some of you attended the summer conferences that we held here for faculty and staff and also for students. And let me tell you that Ashoka, their visiting team, paid an official visit, a site visit, to Miami-Dade College this summer. And North Campus was one of the sites. And very, very happy to say that we passed with flying colors. And our designation does continue because of that with Ashoka. So thank you to all engaged in our change making. Every single one of you here and every single one of us is a change maker. And we look forward to continuing to instill in our students that mindset and that action agenda toward changing lives and being a change maker for our communities, our society, and truly the world. So thank you very much. Our campus's commitment to resource development remains very strong. We have grant programs from the United States Department of Education, from USDA, from the National Endowment for the Humanities, National Endowment for the Arts, local entities as well, such as the Children's Trust, the National Science Foundation, and I could go on and on and on. And that's thanks to you. So many of you, faculty, staff, and administrators, take time away from your regular duties to engage in grant writing and grant development. And the results are just amazing here at North Campus. And I want to thank you for that, because these grants are advancing student learning, faculty pedagogy, and truly, bringing forth the facilities as well that North Campus has been able to benefit from in terms of our Title V grant in particular. So thank you for the resource development that's taking place here at the campus. And so now I'd like to turn to the screens just to acknowledge the great work that's taking place here and some honors. In terms of our Miami-Dade College Community Service Awards, you can see there in the bronze category, we had the Phi Theta Kappa organization as well as SGA. And the advisors, thank you to each of you for taking the time out, again, from your regular business of work at Miami-Dade College to advise our student organizations. Next slide. Phi Beta Lambda, again, state and national champions in many, many categories, and they bring home the bacon, so to speak, every single year. Thanks to Professors Renee Choi, Professor Nairi Smith, and it's truly a pleasure because these two individuals really have the Phi Beta, Lambda mission at heart. Next slide. And that's the national championship that I spoke about. Phi Theta Kappa International Honor Society earned a 5-star, that's top shelf, 5-star chapter award. Advisors Pedro Arguelles, Dr. Shane Johnson, and Dr. Kim Carter are the advisors. Congratulations to you and to our students. How about the reporter student newspapers? Manolo here? Yes? No? Oh, back there. You know, there's a bright light shining right here, and so I cannot see too far out. But congratulations to Mr. Manolo Barco and our phenomenal student journalists. Our student newspaper, The Reporter, again, was named top community college newspaper for the 8th consecutive year. Congratulations. Next slide. Our Axis Creative Arts magazine. Professor Carmen Bucher, Professor Kate Noonan, Professor Eric Cornish. Are you here? Woohoo! Okay. Oh. Congratulations to you and our students. The awards at the national and state level have been phenomenal. And what a wonderful experience our students have to be able to write for, to illustrate for, and to produce that phenomenal literary arts magazine each and every year. Congratulations. Next slide, please. And now we have faculty recognitions in terms of faculty advancement. And for continuing contract, I'd like to congratulate, and we would like to congratulate, Professor Sharon Plotkin from the School of Justice. Again, forgive me because I can't see you. I want to wave, but I can't see out into the audience. Next, for faculty promotions. And, you know, this is not a given. I have to tell you that in academia, and you know this because I'm preaching to the choir, continuing contract and promotion are earned by our outstanding faculty. This is absolutely not a given. And so this is truly, truly a point of pride and recognition in terms of our continuing contract and now our promotions. And Professor Sharon Plotkin has been promoted from instructor to assistant professor. From assistant professor to associate professor, Professor Carmen Bucher from English and Communications. Also from assistant professor to associate professor, Professor Pedro Garcia from Chemistry, Physics, and Earth Sciences. Next slide. What about our President's Innovations Fund? You know, we have to boast sometimes. It's not good to boast, but sometimes you have to boast. And again, North Campus took the prize. We had the most President's Innovation Fund faculty honorees this year. And I want to recognize each and every one of the groups that were selected by the college president to carry out a very significant project. The first one, Dr. Minka Davis-Brantley and Professor Samantha Carlo, Changing the World Using an Inside-Out Classroom. Let's give them a round of applause. Professor Selena Respus, Dr. Kim Carter, Professor Laurel Fennell, Illuminating Excellence, the Academy of Strategy. And don't you just love the interdisciplinary work that's taking place at the campus? I point that out because when you look at the faculty who are working together, they're from different disciplines, yet they have found common ground. We have here, next slide, thank you, Dr. Jorge Obeso and Dr. Marlene Morales, Support for Undergraduate Biology and Education, SUB. And last but not least, I-Corps with Dr. Adriana Aguado, Professor Leslie Jean Philippe, Dr. Chow Padona, Dr. Selwyn Williams. Congratulations to all of you. And in speaking with Dr. Tomova, our faculty dean, she tells me that she will be planning and leading a faculty showcase in the fall or the spring, showcasing all of your Innovation Fund projects with you at the helm so that the entire campus community can benefit from the work that you have done. So thank you. Next slide, please. So we have so many faculty accomplishments, and I'm not going to read them all, but I want you to look at them. As a matter of fact, I am going to read them all because they're so important. I know that Robert has me on a time schedule here, but this is important because when you look at Dr. Arlene Garcia, who was named a Fulbright Specialist by the U.S. Department of State, that is significant. Professor Juan Borrero released an app, and it's called Carnival Tycoon for Google. Again, look at the widespread exposure that app has on that platform of Google. That also is very significant. Dr. Mayra Medina Cabral published her first novel. Is Dr. Medina here? Yes? Oh. And she presented her first novel at the Mexico Book Fair in Mexico City. And she will also be presenting at our own Miami Book Fair as one of the highlighted authors this year. Congratulations, Dr. Medina. Professor Nellie DeLessie is a certified ethical hacker. Now, I also need to get a lesson in that because I need to understand what an ethical hacker is. So I'll be talking to Professor DeLessie a little bit more about that. Congratulations to you. Professor Jose Vasquez received the National Endowment for the Humanity and VAFA Awards for creating resources for teaching Caribbean studies at multiple institutions. Congratulations, Professor Vasquez. Dr. Maite Nsua Awais, our current endowed teaching chair, also awarded the Miami-Dade College Alumni Association chair. Congratulations, Dr. Nsua Awais. Professor Garman received the Impact and TIAA CREF Awards, which awarded $10,000 to Professor Garman. And Professor Garman turned around and donated those $10,000 to our food pantry for students here at the North Campus. Next slide. These are some new partnerships and programs that the North Campus has launched. They're all very self-explanatory. We're able to do this because of you and all of the connections and associations and the initiative that you take to seek out partners that will bring experiential opportunities to our students. So thank you so much for these partnerships that we've been able to launch this year. Next slide. And study abroad, one of my favorite high-impact initiatives. Dr. Mike Lenigan took a group to Indonesia this year. Are you here, Dr. Lenigan? Yes? Dr. Steve Ritter, an eco-education trip to Iceland. Dr. Ginny Peterson-Tennant took a group to the Galapagos Islands in Ecuador and the Amazon. And I'm going to take a point of personal privilege to thank Dr. Ginny Peterson-Tennant. Is she in the room? No. Because my son went on that trip. And I can tell you that with all the texts back and forth when he was there and when he got back relating what he had learned and seen in the Amazon and in the Galapagos Islands, I know that these study abroad initiatives and experiences truly open our students' eyes and hearts to the world in amazing ways. So I want to thank Dr. Peterson-Tennant and really all of our faculty that are involved in and participate in and initiate these study abroad programs to promote our students' global awareness and to really grow our students as global citizens. So thank you very much to all of you. And last but not least, Professor Eric Cornish took a group this year, not to China, as he usually does, but to Germany and Switzerland to study special topics in graphic design. So thank you to all of our study abroad faculty. And hot off the press, we just learned of a national recognition from Excellencia in Education, and they have recognized our STEM Isle grant program for its excellence in promoting STEM education in Hispanic students. So many thanks to Dr. Margolin. I'm not sure if you're here, and you're a team, but thank you very much. And so now we're going to look at some of the technology upgrades that have taken place here at North this year. We've had 25 classrooms in Building 1 that received a multimedia overhaul. These upgrades included new teacher stations, new projectors, new document readers, touchscreen controls, all the bells and whistles that really make your work, our faculty's work, much facilitated. And again, all to enhance student learning and the experience that our students have at the institution. We also have a student computer refresh that took place where all of our student stations in our labs, in the learning resources, library areas were refreshed to the tune of almost 2,500 computers, totally refreshed and upgraded with brand new monitors, up to 24-inch monitors, and those are huge. But our students love it. And I want to thank Mr. Robert Parondo, our CIO, and his team in Network Services and Media Services for enabling this computer refresh at the campus and making sure that our campus continues to be on the cutting edge of technology. Thank you very much. Moving right along, we have a video that we're going to play, compliments of Senior Director Fermin Vasquez. And this is going to show us the facilities enhancements that are taking place and have taken place at the campus. The video, please. Don't we have the best music at this campus? With every video that comes on, the music is just really, really phenomenal. Thank you, Furman, for these facilities enhancements, and thank you to your team as well. So I'm at the close of my remarks, and I want to bid a very, very special thank you to our media services, campus services, public safety, and network services colleagues. Would you all stand if you're in the room? Please, stand up so we can see you. You know, I want to give sincere thanks to Chief Victor Moreno and our public safety officers, and also Campus Services Director Evelyn Rodriguez and Supervisor Henry Thompson and their dedicated campus services team. A huge vote of thanks to our media services with Jose Gondar at the helm. They're all in the booth back there, so we can't see you, but thank you. Thank you very much. And to our network services under the leadership of Jose Fuentes, thank you so very much as well for your collaboration. And I'd be remiss not to thank my own cabinet, because without them, I wouldn't look as good as I do. Because, and I say that with all sincerity and endearment, because they do all the work and I get the credit, and that's not fair. Thank you. Please stand up so we can see you and we can applaud you. The North Campus Cabinet. My sincere thanks to everyone, my North Campus colleagues. I feel very fortunate to work alongside a phenomenal team of faculty, staff, and administrators. And I've said it once and I'll say it again. We have the very best team at the North Campus, and I mean that with all sincerity. Thank you. Have a wonderful academic year, and I will be there alongside you to support you in every single endeavor, and I promise you that. Thank you very much.
My name is Pedro Just, and I am your new Support Staff Council President for Miami-Dade College North Campus. The Council provides a vehicle for support staff non-exempt employees to review policies, procedures, and work-related concerns that impact this specific group of employees, as well as recommend changes favorable to the employees and Miami-Dade College. The Council has been the driving force behind the adoption of best practices, policies, and procedures that now benefit not only this group, but other employee groups as well. Our mission is to provide leadership by fostering a work environment that attracts and inspires excellence through our continuous communication and teamwork in support of the college mission. We hope to have your support as we work on initiatives that will reinforce that mission throughout the upcoming academic year.
Greetings, faculty, staff, and our esteemed North Campus leadership team. Welcome back to an exciting and engaging change-making academic year, one that will be filled with cutting-edge innovation and efficiency, coupled with an exceptional work environment that engages an exemplary and diverse workforce. I bring you greetings from the Miami-Dade College North Campus chapter of the Association of Florida Colleges, where our president is Mr. Mark Johnson. The Association of Florida Colleges is the premier organization which has been invested in the success of all students and serving within the Florida college system since 1949. AFC represents and unites all employees, including our adjuncts, part-time staff, our college president, campus presidents, and governing board of appointed trustees. Legislative advocacy is one of our primary initiatives, and as a member of AFC, you get a chance to advocate for policies, budgets, and programs on behalf of Florida's 28 colleges that may impact our students and its members in areas such as the Florida retirement system, academic freedom and speech, campus safety, PICO funds, and much more. This year, our theme is the power of membership, because as a member of AFC, you have many benefits here on campus, college-wide, throughout the region, and statewide. So if you are a member already, I challenge you to activate it. If you're not a member, consider joining AFC today, because in the end, the power of your membership is in your hands. My name is Daniela Pierre, your chapter vice president, and I thank you for your support and steadfast membership at AFC. Together, let's welcome 2019-2020.
Welcome to the new academic year of 2019-2020. I'm Sharon Plotkin and proud to be your North Campus Union Vice President along with Sarah Garman. This year I received continuing contract and promotion here at Miami-Dade College. I am excited to be presenting to you all today. This is because it is wonderful to say I am part of an amazing team of faculty, colleagues, and administrators. The heart and soul of this college is the MDC family and the synergy we create when we work together. What makes this an easy presentation to give is because it allows me to showcase you and the wonderful achievements that have made to this college and to our students and community. Some of the accomplishments for the college campus-wide in the past year has been MDC has won the Triple Crown, the Aspen Prize winner, one of the highest awards available to community colleges. MDC is top 4 in the nation in improving the economic mobility of students. We also received the Lumina Prize for Innovation, which recognizes colleges' efforts in helping adult learners earn credentials and recognizes that MDC accelerated credentials training and skills and earn and learn program between MDC and Tesla. MDC also received 7 Jack Kent Cook Foundation undergraduate transfer scholarship winners. This is the first time in the program's history for one institution to receive 7 awardees at the same time, including recipient Yenicelis Morales here at North Campus. These scholarships are worth $40,000 annually. Some of our highlights from our North faculty accomplishments include Tommy Demos and Eric Cornish from Film, TV, and Digital Production. They presented throughout Florida and the United States, Transform Your Campus into a Digital Playground. They provided FPD workshops which focused on Spark and a new video editing software program, Adobe Premiere Pro Rush. Professor Lourdes Espana from the math program, who has the STEM Midnight Madness, which is done once every semester, which is promoted by faculty in the math program. This is done a week before finals, where the math lab is open until midnight, as well as math professors putting on workshops in preparation for students to succeed for their final exams. Professor Samantha Carlo from the School of Justice and Dr. Minka Davis-Brantley from Psychology, who have the Inside Out program, which piloted in the spring. This program brought Miami-Dade students into the prison facility, where side by side with incarcerated students were taught constitutional law and introduction to psychology, and provided 15 students an opportunity to learn together. The Asuba program, which has been offered since 2013 at 4 different prisons, and over 90 Miami-Dade College students have completed the program, and over 900 incarcerated students have gone through this program as well. Dr. Arlene Garcia from Psychology, who's on the roster for the U.S. Department of State's Bureau of Educational and Cultural Affairs and World Learning, who's the committee chair and founder of the annual Psychology Advisement and Career Fair, which will be entering its 8th year this coming January. It includes guest speakers working in the field, transfer information, local university tables, and information dissemination regarding the psychology field. Dr. Isabel Rodriguez, who spoke at the Community Engagement Education Conference on June 14th. She also presented at the Teaching Academic Survival and Success Conference in Fort Lauderdale in April. Despite our accomplishments, we must continue to work together and exercise our voice when necessary and remain true to the heart and soul that is MDC. With regard to the presidential search, the search committee appointed in March included students, professors, nonprofit leaders, business leaders, and a staff of total of 17 members. 5 new Board of Trustees were appointed over the course of the search process. Trustees Marcel Felipe and Dr. Abraham both made motions to change the qualifications in their first meeting as trustees. This motion failed on a 4-3 vote. This search yielded approximately 500 inquiries, nearly 50 applicants, and was whittled down to 4 qualified candidates presented to the board. This process involved multiple interviews, meetings with stakeholders, campus presentations, and trustee interviews. The Board of Trustees voted 6-1 to cancel the search process July 24th, when it had announced it would select a president on that day. You have an opportunity to have your voices heard. Please attend the Board of Trustees meeting August 29, Thursday at 9 a.m., Wolfson Campus, room 2106. Please follow the approved MDC policy for taking leave if necessary. Faculty, students, and administrators working together, we can make a difference. So many have done so much to build MDC's stellar reputation. So many have already stood up to defend the college against the most recent attack on its integrity. Thank you to all who have already have and who will, in the coming weeks, bravely defend the powerful, bright beacon of hope that is MDC. Thank you to support staff who make everything possible, administrators for their leadership, and the UF MDC members who work every day directly with students to carry out the college's mission. I am proud to say that together we inspire minds, create boundaryless classrooms, are pioneers in new frontiers, move mountains, convert challenges into opportunities, reach for and take hold of the stars, and be all that we were meant to be. Together, we are MDC Strong.
Greetings, faculty, staff, administrators, and students. I am Genesis Johnson, and I am privileged and humbled to serve as your Student Government Association President for MDC North Campus. MDC not only provides quality education, but a community for students to thrive, contribute, and create change. Without you, this institution would have not blossomed into the unstoppable force it is now. Education is vital to the improvement of one's community, and those willing to pass it on hold immense value. A simple thank you will not hold a candle to the contributions you all give to the students. So, Student Government Association is taking action instead by reaching out to our community, advocating leadership, and the importance of service and change-making. We are grateful for the supportive environment and accessible platform you provide for us to let our voices be heard. SGA has evolved because of faculty, staff, and administrators that listen and educate us to improve the world around us. Our gratitude shows that your kindness and service does not end with us. You teach us to teach others, and the values and principles of MDC continue to pass beyond the MDC campuses. Just know, we see you, we hear you, and we are grateful. Thank you.
Hi everyone, my name is Kay Rubin. I am the chairperson of the Learning Outcomes Assessment Team, and on behalf of both the Learning Outcomes Assessment Team and the Learning Outcomes Coordinating Council, I would like to take this opportunity to update you on the Learning Outcomes accomplishments and tell you about the college's Learning Outcomes activities. There are many ways for each of you to get involved with our college-wide Learning Outcomes Network for continuous improvement. Please listen closely. At Miami-Dade College, we are committed to providing an excellent education for our students. 2 faculty groups, Learning Outcomes Coordinating Council, also known as LOCC, and the Learning Outcomes Assessment Team, also known as LOAT, provide leadership and direction in articulating goals and gathering evidence for student learning and communicating information to stakeholders for improvement. Since 2006, the college has worked to fulfill its promise that students will achieve mastery in our 10 college learning outcomes. We believe that the 10 college-wide learning outcomes hold the promise to empower our students' personal, educational, and career decisions and will further influence the way they impact their families, the workforce, and the local and global society. During the past year, LOCC and LOAT worked jointly to accomplish the following. We refined the scoring processes of the College Student Learning Outcomes Assessment, also known as CSLOA, so that both the norming and scoring processes are electronic, and we implemented additional procedures to increase inter-rater reliability. We augmented the participation process for potential term graduates completing the CSLOA. Additionally, we focused on full-time and adjunct faculty members' engagement by disseminating the Learning Outcomes newsletter and providing opportunities for adjunct faculty to participate in assessment conversations. Learning Outcomes groups also collaborated with the School of Justice, School of Education, Psychology Discipline, and Honors College on implementing a structured model for data conversations and for scoring and evaluating learning outcomes at the discipline and/or program level. Now that you have heard about our accomplishments in the past year, there are several ways for you to get involved in our current academic year. Assessment conversations are a venue where we explore our current college student learning outcomes assessment findings. During the assessment conversations, you will learn about the use of assessment results to improve student learning, explore connections between curricular and co-curricular experiences intended to foster student learning. Please join the conversation by registering with the Center for Institutional and Organizational Learning, also known as CIOL. If you are more driven by theory to practice, please join our book club. For the fall 2019 term, we will be reading Creating a Data-Informed Culture in Community Colleges, a book that focuses on building an effective community on data usage. And in the spring 2020 term, we will be reading Creating Wicked Students, Designing Courses for a Complex World, a book that focuses on course design. To join our book club, please register with CIOL. If you are interested in becoming a member of Learning Outcomes, please contact Barika Barboza. We are looking forward to seeing you at our future Learning Outcomes activities. Please check in and stay connected via mdc.edu/learning outcomes. We greatly appreciate your thoughts, input, and engagement.
And now, please welcome Professor Echi Karyalchin.
Good morning, campus colleagues. I'm so happy to be here. I'm joining you today, actually, representing the Statement of Faculty Excellence Committee, and we have an important announcement. A new 2019 edition of the statement document has been approved. The statement had not been revised since 1990, so 29 years ago it was the last time it was revised. A lot has changed, as you can imagine, in the field of higher education since then, while some factors of the excellence have stayed the course. The new statement is an aspirational document that seeks to inspire all faculty to strive for excellence in meaningful ways. The qualities and the characteristics of excellence are detailed in 4 categories: motivation, interpersonal skills, discipline expertise, and teaching expertise. This statement is not intended to be a job description, evaluation instrument, or rubric. Rather, it is a resource for faculty at all career stages, including those seeking endowed chair. It can serve as a guide for reflection and action on sustaining professionalism. Committee work on the revision began over a year ago. The process included feedback from faculty focus groups, a survey, and opportunities to suggest changes to draft revisions. Administrators and student advisement staff were also involved. We believe that you will be pleased with the outcome. As noted at the end of the document, when inspired by excellent faculty, students respond to learning challenges at the highest level. Please take time to view the statement on the MDC Faculty Initiatives website very soon. Associate Provost Gloria Leon will be sending you a follow-up email with a direct link. Thank you so much for your attention and have a wonderful academic year.
And now, please welcome Professor Agustin Gonzalez.
Hi, everybody. Today I'm here to talk to you a little bit about the Telemundo Television Academy. This summer, the School of Entertainment and Design Technology created a one-of-a-kind partnership with Telemundo Television Networks. The Telemundo Academy was an interactive opportunity for students to interact with industry professionals, interface with a $250 million state-of-the-art production facility, and produce work for one of the nation's leading television networks. Next slide. The Telemundo Academy, piloted this past summer by Professor Adrian Garcia, had 28 students who took the course and took courses both here and at the Telemundo studios, produced promos for the Latin American Music Awards, and were guided by Telemundo professionals. The promos were critiqued and judged by the Telemundo leadership, and the director of the winning promo, Edward Nunez, went on to receive a paid internship with Telemundo. The Academy is going to return this fall, and this time 2 students will go on to win paid internships with the network. And we are very excited to announce that a legendary TV host, Don Francisco, will also be visiting the North Campus at some time this fall, so stay tuned for more details on that. Next slide. The Telemundo Academy and this opportunity could not have been made possible without the hard work of both Professor Garcia and our hardworking chairperson, Gemma Naredo. So if we can give them both some applause, that'd be great. And I'm going to show you the promo. So on the next slide, if you guys could flip and click play, that'd be great. This was the winning promo. If there's a play. No. It's embedded. All right. We'll send it out. We'll figure it out. In a serious note, our partnership with Telemundo, the Miami Film Festival, the Inside Out program, and the Federal Department of Corrections and others in the community enrich our students' education and reflect SCDT's commitment to student success. And we want to thank you all for supporting us in those endeavors. I hope that you have a really wonderful year. Right.
And now, please welcome Professor Eric Cornish and Professor Tommy Demos.
Good morning. I'm Professor Tommy Demos. This is
Professor Eric Cornish.
Digital literacy is defined as the ability to use information and communication technologies to find, evaluate, create, and communicate information, requiring both cognitive and technical skills.
Our aim is to support our colleagues in harnessing the power of technology and visual communication skills to transform traditional teaching and learning experience in the classroom.
Last year, over 70 faculty from across the curriculum, including disciplines such as English, math, science, history, humanities, participated in the Adobe FPD workshop series to discover how their students can create multimedia projects to share their learning.
In these workshops, faculty learned how their students can leverage Adobe digital design tools like Adobe Spark to produce high quality and shareable projects such as web pages, blogs, presentations, videos, signs, posters, memes, brochures. There's a lot more. And basically to share impressive audio and visual content.
Students exposed to this active way of learning and sharing are more digitally literate upon graduation and better prepared to succeed in the 21st century workforce. Here are some testimonials from faculty who participated in our workshops.
The workshop was phenomenal. You presented the product really well and very simply. I felt like you both as instructors had an understanding of what faculty are looking for.
I think what you guys did was great because first you showed us the end product, what could be done, and that gets you inspired to actually learn how to use the program.
Usually, when I learn something with technology, the learning curve's pretty steep and it takes me a long time learning it, but I think I'm pretty much got the handle of some of the stuff that I can just like do on my own.
This is a cool tool, and just the mere exposure I think is pretty important. Just to play with it and to have a couple experts to hold my hand a little bit helps.
The simplicity of the program is one of the best parts of the program. I find that the students enjoy creating their work now. They like that it's easy to use. They're usually impressed with how the images look so great and their writing looks magnificent. Next semester, I'm going to be having the students do research presentations using Spark. I think they'll be excited to have use of a new tool that looks as professional and cool and fun as it is.
It's very important to have these types of training sessions where you learn something new and you go back to the classroom inspired.
So it was worth coming to the workshop. So I was really glad I did. I think you're not going to have any seats available in your workshops.
This coming fall, we encourage all of you to participate in one of these workshops. We have several Adobe Spark-based FPD workshops. Identical 3-hour sessions are offered twice per day, one in the morning at 9 a.m. and one in the afternoon at 1 p.m.
These will be taking place on Fridays throughout the months of September, October, and November. And you should hang tight for an email from CIOL that will tell you the exact dates and locations. I can tell you the first one is at West Campus, Friday, September 20th. Our previous workshops were held at North, and we wanted to sort of spread the love and give an opportunity to our colleagues college-wide to be able to participate as well. We will be having 3 at the Padrone campus in September, October, and November in association with a POGL grant. You can do this one.
All right. In the spring, we'll be offering a new workshop called Video Editing Made Easy with Adobe Premiere Rush, a brand new easy-to-use video editing software that can be leveraged by students to produce polished professional content that includes video, sound effects, music, and graphics and text. This is also something that you can use to promote your department, the information in your classrooms, and just create cool stuff.
In closing, I would describe it as a program that demystifies video editing so that anyone can do it with minimal exposure and almost no instruction. So just a 3-hour preview, and you and your students can take off with it. And this, of course, is available to our students for free through our Adobe Enterprise contract. We can install this software on any machine at any campus that's owned by the college. Also, faculty will earn 5 FPD hours towards promotion and maintenance of rank for participating.
Thank you for listening to us ramble.
Enjoy your semester.
Next to the podium, Dr. Jesse Pulido and Dr. Tammy LaBerge.
Hi, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Thank you for having myself and Dr. LaBerge up here to speak to you guys about the Cannabis Science Specialist Certificate Program that we're offering here at the North Campus. Next slide, please. Our goal up here today is just to kind of promote and engage the faculty and the MDC community, right? We wanted to make you guys aware that we will be inviting a panel of speakers in the field of pharmacognosy very soon to come and educate everyone a little bit. We plan to bring some industry professionals to discuss the medicinal drugs and other natural products obtained from the plants in an effort to destigmatize the reputation that cannabis has. We will be inviting those industry experts to host an alternative health and wellness symposium here at the North Campus. And later we'll be bringing those professionals and some medical experts to our 2020 Earth Day event so that they can discuss the relevance of natural products and other medicinal plant chemistry and science. Next slide, please.
And what we are planning on doing is we're going to target specific degrees. We're starting out with a college certificate program. It's 19 credits, and it's a cannabis science specialist. Then we're going to develop an associate's program, and then a 4-year program, all on cannabis science. What we'd like to do is we'd like to work with our industry partners to develop these courses. Please note that these are extraordinary opportunities for undergraduates. There is no program like this in the US for undergraduate students. There's graduate ones, but none for undergraduate students. We're going to work with our industry partners. We're going to equip our labs with the same technology and instrumentation so that our students can work with the technology and instrumentation that's being used right now in the labs present here. And this will provide a seamless transition for our students to move to these programs. Furthermore, the benefits of these are that our students are going to be able to do innovative research. If you didn't read yesterday, a component of cannabis, a flavonoid, was found to target for pancreatic cancer. This is such an unresearched area, so there's so much area to explore. So this will allow our students actually to develop the ability to have complex problem solving. And it's a huge growth industry, massive growth industry, and there's tons of jobs coming up in this. We want to train MD students to be the next skilled workforce for this program. We want our students to get jobs all over the nation. Furthermore, we also want to reduce the stigma. Seriously, we need to reduce the stigma by having informed scientific students that understand the biology and the chemistry of cannabis. This will allow our students to say, look, this is a real science. Furthermore, our students in this program will be able to get internships while they're doing it, which allows them experience in the labs that are in the industry. And this should lead to the students being able to get fantastic jobs at the end of their internships. Next slide.
Okay, so just on that note again, we've been building these partnerships for some time so that we can train that workforce to get the jobs that are emerging. When the cannabis industry started in South Florida, and actually in all of Florida, there was a couple hundred jobs. If you'll direct your attention to the figure on the screen, we pulled that, as you see it, from Forbes. In 2018, there's already 9,000 jobs just in South Florida, Florida in general, not South Florida. And there's a projected over 500,000 jobs that will be industry related to cannabis by the year 2020. Again, we're gearing our education to streamline the students' transition from the classroom to that workforce. Next slide.
So what are we going to do next? Well, first of all, we have to set up an advisory board with MDC and industry partners. And this will allow us to decide what needs to be offered in these courses. We're going to start out by offering Chemistry 1990 and Botany 1990. What we're doing right now is developing the course curriculum and the competencies, and these will serve as a basis for future courses. Also, Dr. Ritter has already contextualized Botany 1010, and so students are going to learn about the botanical elements of cannabis, and they'll learn how to culture it. And so this will provide our students with a huge advantage in order to be in this industry. This is such an innovative program. It's so cutting edge. We cannot believe how great this program is and how good it will be for our students. Thank you.
Thank you.
Next up, please welcome Miss Lorraine Wright and Miss Noemi Zaharia.
Okie dokie. Okay, so in response to the alarming increase in STD and HIV cases in Miami and Broward County, we have partnered with the Department of Health to provide resources to our students on campus. It is important that we first understand how this affects our students and how we can help resolve this issue. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, of the 19 million new cases of sexually transmitted diseases that occur each year, approximately half of those cases occur among young people between the ages of 15 and 24 years of age. A large portion of our student population are between the ages of 17 and 31. Therefore, this directly affects our students as well as our community. As you can see by looking at the photo, the map, the numbers of new STD cases are at an all-time high. You can also see that Miami and Broward are in the red, which means that we are the county with the most alarming rates of new STD cases. Evidence shows that routine checkups prevent the spread of STDs, as many of the new cases are from people who have never been tested and didn't know that they have the diseases. It is important that we offer on-campus resources for our students, because obtaining free testing and as well as health care is very scarce. Our students can't afford health care, therefore they can't get tested. I can remember as a student, I would take 2 buses in the Metro Rail to go downtown to the Department of Health in order to get tested because I couldn't afford health insurance. I can imagine that our students are facing the same issue. In response to this issue, we are partnering with the Department of Health to offer on-campus monthly STD testing via mobile unit. We offer prevention methods located in the Student Life Department. And we also offer, informational sessions every month for students to obtain knowledge about STDs and HIV and how it affects their long-term health.
Right, so as you can see, we are presenting to you a couple of our flyers that we have for the fall semester. These are dates that we have set, again, in collaboration with the health department for Miami-Dade County, for North Campus and the Meek campus as well. These are dates for the fall semester, and later on, we're gonna continue to communicate with you. We already have set dates for spring semester as well for both campuses. So this is the first step of getting our students tested, and this is not just for students, for employees, faculty, staff, everybody is welcome. These are free and anonymous testing. This is all the results, everything is kept confidential. And then obviously just testing is not enough. So the educational piece is extremely important for us to spread the word about educating of how to be safe, how to recognize any early signs, how to inform the rest of the family and circle of friends. So these are actually the dates that we have for, again, both North and Meek campus, about educational sessions that we have from specialists coming from the health department from Miami-Dade County. And these are dates, again, that we have. You can see this both here, both fall and spring semesters. And they're also going to have one of the dates for both testing and educational sessions will be also part of our wellness month, which is in November. So, we would like to encourage both Lorraine and I. We worked very hard in putting this together, this partnership, and we're really reaching out to everyone for any help in spreading the word. Faculty, staff, administration, everybody, if you can please spread the word about these dates so everyone has a chance to get free testing and free education. Any questions about these dates or our future dates, please do not hesitate to contact either Lorraine or myself. You have our contact information up on the screen. Thank you so much. Appreciate it.
Last but certainly not least, please welcome Professor Carola Podreski and Professor Selena Respas.
Good morning. First, we would like to thank Dean Tomova for giving us this opportunity to share an invitation to all of you. And hopefully you'll be seeing a video that will showcase some of the things that we have been doing in human rights. And as you know, the International Solidarity for Human Rights founders were already introduced. I hope that you can spend some time to meet with them at the end. The idea here is to invite you to embed human rights in your curricula. One of the things that some faculty are not aware, or we have a self-assessment coming up, they are aware of that, of course, and that this curriculum is important. It is part of Miami-Dade College's strategic plan. It is also supported by American Psychological Association's goals, 2.0, the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals, and the principles of the Earth Charter. So this is really very, very important for us. Magic happens when we work together. And I would like to reintroduce ourselves. I am Ebony, and my hermana here is Ivory, in case you are not aware. We work together in harmony as Stevie Wonder.
But he can't see.
He can't see. Okay, so the ISHR will be more than happy to visit your classrooms and to give an amazing life-changing presentations to your students. In under 45 minutes, this is a welcome experience to our students, and my sister Ivory, she'll share her experience as well. News this morning that I received from the founders is that faculty who invite them to collaborate will receive an award and will become educators of human rights. And I thank them for that, because that is important for faculty. Magic does happen at North Campus. We work together as a family, and I think we are all very proud of that. I would like to thank everyone who has helped my students produce assignments and projects of high impact with the collaboration of so many other departments here at Miami-Dade College, including the School of Justice, ISET EEI, the malls, Impact, the learning resources, our amazing librarians who are so generous with their times, the Writing Center, so many, the Food Pantry, Media Services, always, and I would like to give a special thanks to Campus Services for always making all of our events possible. And yes, and I, after teaching for so many years, I realized after the first presentation from the ISHR founders that there was a reason for my teaching, and the reason was human rights. So now I teach human rights, and then I teach psychology. That has been a major change in my experience. It's hard to read here, so just to give you an example of what some of us have been doing here at North Campus in terms of human rights, we're not the only professors who are teaching human rights, but we want to thank everyone who has been involved. I have been teaching more than 50 classes. I have embedded human rights in all of these courses with the collaboration of ISHR. And it can be minimal. It can be just their presentation, which is amazing, to high impact projects. Their presentation is the foundation of just a myriad of assignments and projects. More than 2,700 students have received this presentation in all of my classes, including honors college courses in English and Spanish. Regular classes, more than 160 students from the honors college courses have given presentations, teamwork, following change-making characteristics, enhancing them, teamwork, innovative lessons in English and Spanish to many members of our communities, to more than 50 plus schools and churches. They have been presenting at churches. Also, we estimated the total impact community members through these presentations, and it's more than 2,000 individuals out there now know about the United Nations Universal Declaration of Human Rights. And I think it's very important in today's State of the Nation. 150 plus sustainable change-making actions. We have entered broken records in the Earth Charter's mapping application. So if you want to look it up, download a mapping, you'll find Miami-Dade College. It shows a map of all of these large number of students who have been entering pictures of the work that they have been doing related to human rights. And assignments, reflections, artwork presentations, panel presentations, they really become the experts on human rights for themselves, their families. So teaching human rights changes them as individuals, changes them academically, and hopefully it will impact their careers in the future. Two of our students also gave a presentation on this academic service learning project at the Miami Book Fair, and this was an amazing experience for them. So human rights can provide tons of experiences for our students. And I would just like to close my component with an inspiring call to action by Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Yeah, we're good. Commit yourself to the noble struggle for human rights. You will make a greater person of yourself, a greater nation of your country, and a finer world to live in. So here's my hermanas, our powerful Selena Respas.
Well, I want to say good morning, first of all, and I have something written because I wanted to make sure that I squeezed everything in, and the dean was very clear in regards to how much time I had. So please just bear with me. Here's what I wrote. Change-making and human rights for faculty, students, and staff has made Miami-Dade College and the world a better place by the ISHR and the Route to Human Rights Committee at North Campus, spreading the word about human rights and human trafficking to students, faculty, and staff. The food pantry, feeding the hungry, students giving of themselves through service learning, voting through ICET, malls, Earth Ethics Institute, School of Business, School of Entertainment and Design Technology, School of Science, CIOL, Arts and Philosophy, English and Communications, Honors College, and Virtual College, the School of Justice and the Social Science Department's collaborative efforts by having students engaged in a SUBA and Inside Out prison projects, learning about domestic violence, sexual assault awareness, suicide prevention awareness, continuing education in School of Justice, Forensic Science, and FBI camps, and intelligence education and School of Justice, Forensic Science, and FBI camps, and the SOJ Community of Interest Activities and Events. Sending students to China for a month. North and Kendall campuses becoming voting sites during the last presidential election, and you heard the updates this morning. The collaborations developed because of the President Innovation Fund. Change making and human rights go hand in hand because we are preparing students for the world. And in my mind, this is change making. That's what it is for me. That's what it is for Corolla. We believe in it. I remember that when the committee was first introduced in 2009, I wasn't even full-time faculty at that time. And ever since that day, I have been changed. I have been a human rights advocate, strong and hard and still going. So with all that being said, and just like understanding where Miami-Dade College is on the map, we are on the map because of human rights stuff and because of stuff we do. Because as we know, we are the best, at least in my mind, that's what I think. So with me saying that, there's some people I need to call up on the stage. So when I call your name, don't look around, I'm talking to you. Please come on up. We have to make this a little fun. We got to loosen up a little bit. All right, here you go. Dr. Harrison, with you, Furman, Zori, Shawnee, if she's in the room, Elizabeth, and Devora, please join us on the stage. Come on, let's give it up. Come on. Don't act like that. Now, let me just tell you this. The reason why they're up here on stage is because these two women came to us in 2009 and were able to initiate, and they were at Inter-American first, but they came to us and they have been with us forever, promoting and instilling in us the human rights responsibilities that we have and in teaching our students to be better students of the world. And we have steadfast stayed with that commitment. So they're up here because we wanted to have you guys give them some little clapping thing going on and to thank them for their commitment, not only to their organization, but to their commitment to this college. And I'm talking about all around. School of Justice, BLE, Fire Academy. I can name more, go on and on and on, but I don't need to do that. What we need to do is make sure that they're recognized, all right? We got it? Has everybody got that? And with that being said, we are presenting them with a little something, something, you know what I'm saying? And they're gonna, I know they're gonna like look at it at some point, but I just wanna say thank you guys for your support. Corolla and I encourage you to make sure that you invite them to come to your classrooms and give their human rights presentation. You can do a whole lot of stuff yourself. If you get stuck, call one of us. We'll be happy to come over and help you out with it. It takes little time. It's like tying your shoe. It's that easy. So we're hoping that you will invest in them like they have invested in us. All right? All right.
Thank you.
Mark, you want your picture? You gonna show them what you got? Okay, they gonna show you. They gonna show you what they have. Okay, uh-oh. What they have is a collage of their experience with us for more than 9 years on this little thing right here. You might not be able to see it, but it's awfully cool. All right? So now we gotta get a picture. Where the photographer at? Okay, all right, here we go. Where the president? Can the president get over here? Come here. I know, you gotta give direction, you know what I'm saying? All right, you ready? Oh, we're looking over here. Let's look for you. Let's see some team. All right. Thank you guys and have a great academic year.
And now for the highly anticipated New Faces, New Places video. And now, please welcome back our president, Dr. Malou C. Harrison.
Wasn't that a warm welcome for our new employees, our new colleagues? Let's give them another round of applause. So this brings us to a close for this segment of Convocation. You know, there's always part 2 at the North Campus. And I'd like to invite everyone. Now, we've been nourished with a lot of knowledge and a lot of information. Now we're going to be knowledged with a good meal. And we're going to be treated to our brand new North Campus Cafe. Yes, I can't wait to see it myself. And I'd like to invite each and every one of you, let's walk over as quickly as possible. Let's open up that cafe and have a wonderful meal breaking bread together. Thank you.